Hey y'all, hey. Let's see. Hey y'all, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about, what is being about doing the work. And I'll probably give it a few minutes. Um, First of all, some good news is like this is my 10th day going live, and I'm doing a 30-day challenge for myself to build my speaking skills. Hi, Asha, and let me know if I'm getting that wrong. Because I always say people's Instagram names are not their real names sometimes. So let me know if I got that wrong. All right, so I just wanted to come on here and just talk about what does doing the work mean if you are a non-Black parent raising a Black child. So doing the work, if you want to just summarize it, is just being intentional about advocating for Black people, knowing that, okay, good, thank you. Just knowing that you have to do the work as a non-Black parent if you're raising a Black child. In my Instagram post that I made, I was stating that Black women and Black parents in general, majority of the time, they're automatically have to do the work. And as far as me, I do the work too for my children to have a better future of equality and fairness. So, for example, me, I did a protest, and I also advocate for change within the foster care system to so youth in foster care can have equity. And I also advocate for social injustices for Black youth in my community. For example, going to the court and being an advocate for Black youth who really don't have a support system or are just born into poverty. So the one thing I will say that you can do as a non-Black parent raising Black children is sharing your platform. Your platform is bigger than what you know. I don't care if you just have 10 people or if your platform could be your family members. Sharing your platform, especially if you are white and using your white privilege to give amplify Black voices and amplify people that are already doing the work. I know a pet peeve of mine is when I see Black people or Black activists that are already in the community doing the work that they doing the work as a white person or a non-Black person isn't starting a whole nother page. It's going to that Black organization or Black activists, Black businesses, and seeing what they need. What can I do to help you with your mission to help get equity for Black people, or whatever their mission and purpose is, helping them and seeing what you can do to amplify those Black voices, not making a whole nother organization, or even just helping with capital. If you have connections to capital, definitely use those for Black entrepreneurs, Black people going into business, Black organizations, Black nonprofits, because we definitely do need it. And as I think everybody knows, it's like the Black economics is not all the way there, and it should be. So helping just build community within the Black community and building our economics. And I already stated, like, using your white privilege or using whatever privilege that you may have if you are not Black. White privilege does go a long way. Unfortunately, Black voices aren't considered as important. Like me, if I'm saying this right now, probably if a white person were to say it, people will take it as more of, what would you say? Like it's cut, like, I don't know the word, but it's stamped in stone, like this is it because this white person said it, has to be right, it has to be right. But me saying it is like, oh, question mark, does she really know what she's talking about? Especially being Black and a dark-skinned woman, I've noticed that too. And then I'm looking at my YouTube and Facebook. If I'm looking up and down, yes, give momentum to what is already in motion. Yeah, like more credible. And I agree, give momentum to what's already in motion. Don't go and make a whole nother thing that's led by white people to advocate for Black people. But that's like a whole nother topic. And then I also say when you're in, if you're, I'm assuming like people, if you do adoption or if you do foster care, amplifying transracial adoptee voices. I personally will never agree with the fact if you're having an adoption training about raising Black children, if you don't include the ones that actually have the lived experience of being transracially adopted. I always get adoptees that tell me the platform or the trainings are always ran by white adoptive parents teaching other white adoptive parents how to parent Black children. And it should definitely be transracial adoptees on the stage are a part of the training. So definitely if you're in those rooms like, hey, you can get Hannah of Hey TRA, which stands for Hey Transracial Adoptee, or even get Adoptees to Adoption Worker. Lydia is also good. There are so many Black transracial adoptees that have platforms on Instagram that I believe should be at the forefront or at least invited to come to when they're training adoptive parents. Or if the training is given by a white person, yeah. And that goes with foster care too, like having a foster youth, a Black foster youth, if you do go through foster care trainings, having them be there to say, hey, this is what I needed that I didn't get when I was in foster care. Where I live, foster care is, I don't know if it's like that for everybody else, but the training about, they don't even train about, raising people with a cultural background. How to do Black children's hair, nothing. It's just like this book, mandated book that they have to use. And it's like they put no effort. And I think if, especially foster parents in general, but especially the white foster parents, if they would speak up and say, hey, you guys need to get it together. We need y'all to do something. We need y'all to get some Black people in here because I don't know. And I've been like the go-to person for everything Black. And then also, if you are going to put in a word or amplify transracial adoptee voices, be sure that they're getting paid. It's like a re-traumatizing yourself for free, and it shouldn't be like that. And people, these adoption places, I see the income, the annual income, like you can look up that stuff. They can definitely afford to pay for, Hannah to come out and speak, Hannah to come out and train, or Lydia to come out and train about transracial adoption, or even if they wanted me to come out and train, pay us for our time. I think people get misconstrued with, especially Black women, that our labor is supposed to be free, but if a white person does it, they don't question paying them, but they question paying a Black woman, and I've personally experienced that. So once again, just amplifying Black voices and using whatever privilege you may have, because everybody does have a privilege. Even myself, I do know I have a privilege to be able to work at home during COVID. I have the privilege of still having a job, privilege of having a car. And I think also combating poverty, which does affect the Black community a lot. I think doing just simple things, but I think the first start would be speaking up, not being silent when racial tensions arise, and helping people that are already doing the work and seeing what you can do to help them get further out or anything. So that was just my 3 of how to do the work. What is doing the work, in my opinion, when you are if you're a non-Black parent raising Black children. And then I hope I explained everything good. I've been working on not saying and like a lot to get my speech better. Did you all have any questions at all? Or you could tell me how I did talking. And then if not, I won't hold you all too long. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I am working on my speaking skills. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. I will save this live and put it in my free tips. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you. I'm glad it was. Thank you so much. All right, you all have a good night and stay safe out here. All right, you all have a good night and stay safe out here, okay?